Let's get good. I am the gamer under development, and this is Old World. We are back in the beautiful city of Roma. I do want to point out, guys, before I launch the game today, there was almost a 4 gigabyte update, so that's a massive, massive update. Now, I haven't looked at patch notes to see what was changed, because realistically, I think what I want to do is I just want to kind of finish out this war with Carthage so nobody thinks I just kind of ran away from that. And then I want to start a new game. With a massive update like that, there's so much stuff that's been changed. There are so many error messages that pop up, like I wonder if I'll get one if I click here. Oh no, it's not erroring when I click that anymore. Okay, so that's a plus. But we have a lot of these ambitions that are called legacy ambitions because they're from an older version of the game. So I do think once we finish this war with Carthage, we should probably start over and pick a different faction and go with that. So, picking up where we left off then. 15 orders here, 16 coming in next turn. We have a loose worker up here who is in the process of building a road to our newest city, which is Brundisium. Hey, I got close. Let's go ahead and add a road here. Ooh, I like these new... this is updated, right? These look a little bit cleaner. There's a lot of... Well, okay, so I think that was there before. But these seem new. They seem cleaner and more distinct as far as what those emblems actually mean. Okay, so we've got a quarry here, which is pretty good. We wanted that, and the main reason we wanted that is because I believe Iridium, as a city, was only negative on... No, it wasn't even negative on stone. Interesting. So what is our reasoning here? We do need more money, and I don't think the quarry brings in money, so let's see if there's something we can build that will actually bring in a little bit more money for us. The hamlet would do that. I thought we already had a hamlet in this area, but I can't remember where. If we do, we should probably build another one adjacent to the pre-existing hamlet, as that will actually increase the amount of money that they generate. Doesn't look like that's the case. We do have enough stone to build a hamlet, though. Could go for another quarry right here, which would boost that quarry and this quarry's output. And they're also adjacent to a mountain, which I think increases the output of a quarry, but I can't say for sure. So, yeah, adjacent mountains give a lot more stone. That's fine. I think we'll do that. We'll go for another quarry right here. Additional stone may be something we were working on for the new military units we're trying to produce. Roma is wide open, and we should be working on... I want to say that the best bet right now is probably just to go for maybe spearmen. We had an archer army that was doing okay, it just wasn't really holding its own. These will upgrade into horsemen, which I believe is what we're working on scientifically. I'm gonna go check that, actually. Show laws, active religions. What is this? Oh, this is the game log. Okay. Trying to find our science, like there's actually not a clear science thing up here. Go figure. Researching, there it is. So, what are we currently on? This is not the most helpful thing ever. So I can't tell what we're currently working. Are we currently working land consolidation or siegecraft? Now it's got an exclamation point on siegecraft, which makes me think, oh no, here it is. We're working on cartography, which is going to bring us to the crossbowmen here. I'm not sure what... I don't recall that, though. I thought we were working on something different because we were trying to work our way towards horsemen. But I could be wrong there. That seems weird. Huh. I don't remember working towards crossbowmen on the last one, but if that's what it says we're doing... doesn't seem exactly right. So I had that one tagged, and that's because we're trying to work towards axemen, that's right. And then macemen come from axemen, and then we can move over here to longbowmen. I thought we were also looking at going for horsemen. Yeah, we just don't actually have land consolidation, which we need to get there. That's fine. In the meantime, though, the crossbowmen have attacks forward at 50%. Strength versus melee is plus 50%. That's why we were going there. Okay, that makes more sense. Sorry, guys. Playing this a week apart makes it actually really difficult to follow everything, so I kind of have to give myself a little brief refresher before I get going. Let's see. So, here we have a bunch of archers trying to do their thing. It's not working out particularly well, though, because they have Macemen. Let's go ahead and just... Like, this is kind of painful. I guess we just heal here. I think that makes the most sense. They're probably going to die anyway, though, like, being realistic. We do have a chariot that came out, though, so that chariot can help us out a little bit. Give a little more damage there. And then over here, we have another archer that's just kind of holding this defensive position for us. Is that Carthage right there? Because if it is, it is. Let's kill him. Let's kill that Carthage scout, guys. Yeah, get wrecked, Carthage scout. Take your damage. The main reason here is I just want to cost Carthage as much as I can. Like, we need to turn the momentum of the war in our favor any way possible. So we're going to go for another chariot here, because I do think that's a good idea. We can rush this with a citizen. We have plenty of citizens left, but that will also breed more discontent, which is problematic. But we're currently minusing 3 from our discontent, which is really good. Sure, let's go ahead and rush another chariot. I think that's probably... No. I think that's probably fine here. What can we build after the chariot? Maybe we do a festival just to help with the additional discontent we've caused. Our discontent is going down slowly anyway, though, so we don't actually need to sweat it that hard, I don't think. I think it might just be better here to continue building more chariots. So we're going to do that for the time being. Up here we have another archer. They are defending Antium. They are from the proper family, so that helps. Interesting. Okay. I wonder if this counts. It seems to count every familial unit that's within the territory, which is really cool. If that happens over here too, then yeah. Is that correct? -1 for defending family units. I guess not. So that says -1 for defending family units, but if we come over here, we have... Oh, -1. It's the -2 is from pearls. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. I was like, what is the -2 from then? Okay. Pop around. I think we need a production here in Antium. Antium is one of the places where we've been working on developing specialists. We do have 3 citizens left. We can go for more specialists here, which I don't think is a bad idea. The only question I have is which specialist do we want to go for at this time? I feel like getting additional culture isn't terrible because we're trying to get them to developing, but they're going to be there in 4 years anyway. And by that time, we won't necessarily have had this trained in the first place. Like, if we check, yeah, it's going to take 6 years, so there's no point in that. At least not for the moment. I mean, if we wanted to push their culture even higher, that would make sense. I think getting more wood here actually makes a lot more sense since we are building archers quite a bit right now. So we'll go 3 years there to make that guy. And then after him, I feel like we get more out of getting some additional iron, because I don't know exactly what we're going to need for crossbowmen, but I suspect they're going to require wood and iron. So I'm going to go this way. I mean, we could easily check that, I suppose, by going in here. Crossbowman is going to require wood and iron. Go figure. Okay, so that's perfect. We're going to do that. Let's bounce around and see who's left. This archer, for the moment, is just kind of defending. However, since there are no enemy units over here, I do feel like we gain something by bringing the archer down here and using him to help engage Carthage. There we go. That seems very good. That actually seems very, very good. Only we had one more attack. Like, we're amassing a pretty solid army right here, and unless they start pushing down on the borders here, we're kind of okay, too. I hope they don't. If they do start pushing that border, that's going to leave us in a slightly more precarious position. It'll make things more difficult. Did they clean these icons up? I think they did. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, they get a bonus to attack when they're pleased, too. That's very nice. Speaking of being pleased, let's take a... Whoa! Look at all of our characters. That's crazy. And you can kind of see, like... Oh, that's really nice. You can see who's assigned to what roles. That's very nice. I like that a lot, actually. Okay. Seems good. I know we were trying to work on garrisons and things, too, so that we could put more governors in. Because I still don't think we can put a governor in Antium. Yeah, we don't have a garrison or a stronghold or a citadel. Up here in Capua, they have their first unit. Don't have a garrison or a citadel. I think they're working on one right here, though. I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's building a garrison right now. And then Brundisium is alright at the moment. It's just kind of doing its own thing. So we're out of orders. That means we're going to be ending our year right now. Seems fine. Didn't get to move our scouts that year, but that's really not that big of a thing. Like, it's more important for us to be able to fight off Carthage. Very wise of Carthage to retreat those Macemen right there so that they don't risk losing them, because it would be more costly for them to rebuild a Macemen than it is to pull them back and heal them. Persia has begun construction of the mausoleum. I need to figure out how to build wonders. Like, that's something I haven't done yet that I should. The new cottages near Iridium give the court designers an opportunity to show off their good taste. How shall they decorate? Fill them with lavish works of art. That will give plus 30 culture, but it'll minus 360 gold. Install busts of Claudius's ancestors. That'll be plus 40 opinion from them for 40 years. Let's take a look at our families right now. The Valerius and the Julius are both very upset. Well, they're upset. They're not very upset. Keep them austere for government use. That would give us 140 civics. Civics we use to assign these guys, but they're already all assigned, so we don't really need to do that. The Claudius family is already extremely happy. So I think what we'll do is we'll go for the additional culture here. Your wife, Queen Consort Vespania Julia, requests your presence at a private gathering organized by friends in a Zoroastrian ceremony atop a hill. Groups of recent immigrants pray to an almighty presence. They face the warmth of a roaring flame. The experience touches you, but what does it all mean? I believe Zoroaster has much to teach us. That will give us plus 20 opinion with our wife. It'll give us plus 80 opinion of Zoroastrianism and adopt Zoroastrianism as a state religion. And religion is personal, not political. Plus 1 discipline. I actually like this answer just in general. Like, this is the answer I would prefer. What I'm curious about, because I haven't actually looked at religion so much, so Nineveh is the seat of Zoroastrianism, and I can't remember, I know we looked at where Nineveh was located. Let me just double check that again. So it's from an empire we actually haven't discovered yet, which makes it kind of okay for us to go for it. I'm curious whether or not we can establish our own. We actually could, if we had enough civics, we could establish our own. The one thing is, one of our families does not prefer, I want to say, oh, interesting, to get this one, you require 3 Zoroastrianism cities. One of our families doesn't prefer monotheism, I believe, which I'm pretty sure falls to Judaism and Christianity. So in this case, if we do adopt Zoroastrianism and we get 3 cities to Zoroastrianism, we can potentially switch over to Manichaeism, which I don't even know what that is, but it would give us a chance potentially to found that religion ourselves. So I think we'll do that. We do need 400 civics to do it. So obviously we've got to spend a little more time building civics, or actually we don't, because we can just do this. Yeah, let's do that then. Prominent local leaders of Iridium wish to host a seasonal festival celebrating national values. What should be the festival's theme? Through the state, all things are possible. That is a ton of civics, guys. Knowledge and science are the future. So this gets us closer to our war goals. This gets us closer to being able to do more things with religion, I suspect, as well as laws and stuff like that. I'm going to take the civics here. I think those are more valuable overall. Going to move him over here and build a road. Just keeping on with the connections between our cities. Yeah, because very soon we're going to have a full connection to Brundisium, which will help with Brundisium's discontent. Right now, it's so irking that, like, Carthage still has my city. I want Beneventium back, and I'm going to get it back, guys. We're getting it back one way or another. It does look like we lost the unit that had a general right here, which is rather unfortunate. What we're going to do is we're going to pepper this unit with shots. As many arrow shots as we possibly can, and then we're going to nail them with a chariot and another chariot. And basically what we're doing is we're using the chariots to establish... Oh, we lost that chariot there. That's unfortunate. So we're trying to establish a zone of control here to keep our archers protected. I kind of want to bring this archer home, but there's no way to do that without, like, putting Iridium at serious risk. Although they would have to commit a lot of orders to move their units from over here. One of the biggest problems we've discovered is that we don't know exactly how many orders the enemy has. And we can see, like, it would take them X amount of orders to do this. Is there actually a way to tell how many orders they have? There's not. That I know of. In which case, yeah, it becomes very, very difficult for us to kind of figure this out. We can assume that they're reasonably, like, they at least have as many as we do, right? So if they have at least 16 orders, and they can spend 9 to move one unit over here, it would take, you know, 11 to get that unit into our actual city. But how many to come over here? 9 to come over here and kill our archer. If we do decide to chase this scout and kill it, there's really no reason to do that anyway, though. And it looks like they did retreat some units back, or they lost the units. That's something that's still kind of weird to me. Like, I'm not sure how that all worked out, because I think they retreated that unit. But I'm not aware if the turns take place simultaneously or how that works. Oh wait, there's our other chariot. We killed the unit. We had to have, because our chariot is there now. That was weird. I wonder if it's just like a delayed animation or something. I guess it could be that. I'm happy for it, though. I'm not going to complain. We do have our 2 chariots here now, which is nice. I'm just going to accept it, guys. I'm going to accept it graciously because it means we're not shafted too badly. We have a lumber mill here, and what can we build here? Upgrades to village. Oh, this is our hamlet. Okay. So we did have a hamlet. We can build another hamlet here to help with gold generation. I do think that's probably one of our best bets. So I'm going to go ahead and move him here and begin construction on yet another hamlet here. I do want to check the food in Iridium as well to make sure... Oh, our food in Iridium is currently at -2. So we are going to need to build some more food soon. I'm building an apprentice poet. Is that a special... Okay, it's a specialization. I was going to say, I can't see that not being a specialization. How does that work? Can we actually rush this? Hurry apprentice poet for 1 citizen and 13 discontent. I mean... We're going to grow in 1 year anyway, so... Maybe we wait 1 year and then we do that. I don't know how that works. Like, I assume if we grow, perhaps we grow our borders. I guess we'll find out next turn, right? Over here in Ostia, we were working on a warrior just to be a defensive unit for the city. Seems okay, seems okay. Let's go ahead and bounce around and see where we have orders available. We have them on the spearmen here, but we really just want them to... Yeah, we really just want them to kind of hang out there. Same with these guys. We have a scout over here, but we don't want to move our scouts until we're sure that they're the last units left. Okay, they are in fact the last units left, so we can move them freely. We're over here near Egypt with this scout because we're friendly with Egypt, so it's kind of okay for us to do this. That's Scrub. Scrub's not going to provide him with cover at all, so I'm going to move him here. Oh, Egypt cleared out those barbarians. Good job, Egypt. Good job. Okay, I wonder, like, it'd be kind of cool if you could harvest ore and return it to, like, a nearby city or faction just to kind of make yourself better friends with them. That would be a nice mechanic. Let's see. Like a gift. We're out of orders, so we can't move this guy anyway, so we're just going to go ahead and end the turn. We are... Okay, so we did end up losing that chariot there, but they are pulling back, so we're kind of winning here a little bit. The time has come. We can either seize control of the court and adopt tyranny, plus 10 training per year, plus 1 discontent per year, plus 20 gold per military unit in territory. Wow, that's a lot of gold. Or we can go Constitution, unlocks decreeing capital, plus 10 civics per year, Julius Opinion, plus 20. That's really nice that it actually shows us that it gives us Julius Opinion, because I'm obviously going to pick it for that reason. Alright, let's do it. So we should get a little better opinion with the Julius family next turn, so the only family that will be actively upset with us is the Valerius family. Let's come over here and add another road. Seems pretty good. Give me 1 second, guys. I just want to check something. Okay, thank you. All right, so with that being said, we have our final road built here. Brundisium should be connected to the Empire. It is indeed. It's also got river connections down here to the Gauls. I really like the way that they've done connections in this game. I have to say, how you have like a weaker connection and a stronger connection. I think that's a really, really kind of intellectual way to handle that versus a lot of other games. So here we just want to take out these Macemen if we can. We're going to get as much damage as possible. It's not going to be enough to take them out, but we are going to significantly damage them. They are, of course, pulling units back, which is problematic. They are going to keep hitting our chariots with archers, which is also problematic. I feel like we could maybe build out some military over here and, like, try to go for a pincer move, but it's worth remembering that they do have a city right here that's problematic for us as well. It's tough. Like, I think we just want to build more units, like more and more and more. And we're primarily building here because, if I'm not mistaken, this is our city with the best training. Now, I don't know if there's like a shortcut key to jump between your cities. Not really. Okay, so let's go to Ostia here. Ostia has 12 training now, so actually Ostia is generating more training. Antium is generating the same, 11... Oh, I can just look on this, I bet. Yeah, 11.5. got 10. So it seems that Ostium is actually the best city for us to be building military units in, and they just finished their warriors, so that's very nice. Why are we unable to build chariots here? Do we lack access to horses? Is that the reason? Because I don't see chariots there at all. Now here we have access to horses. It's strange, though, because I would assume that if we have connections between these cities and we have access to horses here, should we not also have access to horses in Ostia? How does that work? I'm not entirely sure how that works. It does seem, though, that since they don't directly have access to horses, we have a problem. Although the other thing to consider is we may not be able to build a... No, because we can queue another chariot here. Yeah, we can queue another chariot here. Explain that to me. Huh. Is there somewhere where it shows that we have access to horses here? Is there actually an interface element to explain this to us? It doesn't seem so, and I could have sworn we had horses elsewhere as well. Can Antium make a chariot? No, they cannot. It must be because they have horses in their territory. That's gotta be what it is. Okay, so that's interesting. Means we can't build chariots here, but what we can build here is archers. And archers are equally useful. They will take 6 years no matter what, because even with the training, it doesn't make that big of a difference. The cost on this is 100. It takes 80 training to build. That's why it's taking us 6 years with 12 training. So if we were to enhance our training capabilities, we could basically produce units faster. Maybe that's what we'll do with Ostia now that it's sort of gotten a little bit of a training element under its belt. It's interesting, though, because it shows the training in Ostia is affected by minors, Rome, and the base training. So Rome is actually providing 2 additional training to Ostia, which probably has something to do with the, you know, our leader abilities. Huh. Maybe it's that, and maybe it's just the governor of Roma, too. Oh, we're governing Roma. That's probably part of it for sure. Okay. So in that case, I wonder what we can build that will increase our training output. None of our civic stuff is going to do that. It's probably going to be things that we build here. I wonder if a garrison actually does that. Do we have any workers free so we can look? Doesn't seem that way. I'm gonna go ahead and have them sort of just stay there as defensive units, and then we'll just keep moving our scouts here. We have a few orders to use with them, so we can kind of get around. Hey, look, some horses for Egypt. And I should have gone a different direction, because that is obviously the edge of the map. Okay, on to our next scout. What can you show us that we have not already seen? Not a whole lot. We've actually got pretty good coverage of the entire map. I guess I'll move him up this way so we can get a little more coverage up here. Let's go 4 orders to get him way up there. Seems good. We should be in a very good place with the Gauls. Yeah, we're in a very, very good place with the Gauls. In fact, nothing we can do with that. If we look here, we are at peace with everybody except for Carthage. And if I recall correctly, somebody else just declared war on Carthage. Yeah, there we go. Persia, our allies, just declared war on Carthage. Seems good. Seems good. Is there a way for, like, I wonder if we can... I don't want to break peace. I want to do an alliance. It costs us 1 order and 400 civics. We are nowhere near on civics. I don't know what keeps, like, did I... Oh, when I did that decree thing, it probably consumed all my civics. That's probably what it was. Okay, so our goal here is to manufacture more civics as well. That's something we need to do in order to have success. Oof. This is not a good time. Carthage has begun construction of the museum. King Sextus Claudius the Surveyor U is now ill. Awesome. A marriage proposal has arrived from the Valerius family for Clodia Claudia. Clodia Claudia, what a name, guys. What a name. What do you think of these options? So this actually gives us an option to wed together 2 of our families, which is really nice. Opinion of you. Upset, -20. Why would I'm so confused. For Clodia Claudia, this is my daughter, and I'm going to be upset. Oh wait, this is their opinion of me. Oh, is that their current... That is their current opinion of me. Okay. So if I mouse over on this side, I actually get better examples of what we'd be getting here. Dowry will give us 60 stone. This will give us 20 stone, but we'll also gain a general that's actually quite good. Archetype commander. He's alright. He's not great. He's also 43. I'm gonna take the guy that's 18 because I feel like marrying a 19-year-old to a 43-year-old is kind of a jerky thing to do. One of our most prosperous neighborhoods has become home to a burgeoning intellectual movement. Many of the capital's most talented young figures emerge from this area, and we should take notice. Whom should we bring to court? We don't have the money to bring a great scientist or a great minister. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll minimize this and make some money. We have a ridiculous amount of food. Like, ridiculous amount of food. Okay, we should have enough money now. Let's open up Great Thinkers again. So, I want to look at a Great Minister. We'll tutor your descendants. We already have a Great Minister in our court. We don't have a Great Minister currently. We also don't have a Great Scientist. They'll both tutor our descendants. I'm going to go for the Eloquent Philosopher. Oh, wow. Tragedy strikes during her regular visit to the royal bath. Princess Amelia Claudia was murdered by dissidents. This plot has been traced back to Pompey Valeria the Schemer, but it includes Lucilla the Vengeful and Agrippina Claudia as well. What in the... Show me these families. Show me these families. So basically, the most pleased family with us murdered somebody from the Valerius family who are just a little ticked at us. But it also includes Lucilla the Vengeful, which is not part of any of those families, and Agrippina Claudia, who is also part of the Claudius family. The public and the court demand that we make an example of these conspirators despite their noble breeding. I completely agree. We can banish them from Rome, which makes them all exiled. And then I become cursed. What does that do? Why do I just get cursed as a trait? What does that actually do? That's not very informative, game. We can execute them, in which all families will have minus 20 opinion of us, or they did us a favor, and I get 20 XP. She was the one who was married to somebody from Egypt, I think, yeah. Okay, so that damages politics with Egypt as well, to some degree. I could banish them, which is, you know, one thing, but I think this is what I'd like to do. This is the way I would personally think is the best to handle it. I think you commit murder, you're done. You're done, especially if you're a traitor like this, you're done. Banishing them might be a little bit less malevolent, but we'll also gain this curse trait, and I don't know what that does, so I'm like, I mean, we're already ill, so maybe if we're cursed, we just die and get a new leader? What do you guys think? I think we'll, just go with this. We'll see what Cursed does. Cursed? It just says Cursed. It doesn't tell me, guys. This is gonna be bad. I can sense it in the air. This is going to be very bad for us. We can get some horses here, which is actually kind of nice. Let's take a look at Brundisium, though, and see what they're lacking. They don't quite have enough food yet, and they also don't really have any gold. Their gold maintenance is very, very bad. Our entire empire's gold maintenance is very, very bad right now. So it makes sense to build a hamlet, but a hamlet will actually deduct even more from their food, so it makes more sense overall to build a farm at the moment. I think what we'll do here is we will build a... Oh, wait a minute, but if we build here a mine, then we get gems too. So many different options, guys. Let's go ahead and go for a farm right here for now. We need to get their food solid, and then we can do other stuff. Building a courthouse here will allow us to generate additional civics. That's not a bad idea. We did, of course, just finish a garrison, which means that we can come into here and assign a governor now, which is awesome. Unlocks caravan, can move on land or water, can conduct a trade route. Ooh, that's something new. Is that the correct family? It is, too. So, I mean, if we do this, we get a trade route, which seems really, really good. Let's do that. Alright, so now we should be able to construct a caravan. Very cool. Oh, I wonder if we have a caravan, if that will allow us to actually, like, trade goods, essentially horses, giving us access to chariots here. That could very well be. I guess we'll find out in just a moment. We do have the most growth here, though, which means it's also beneficial for us to build growth units here, which is why this is only taking 5 years, whereas it's taking 6 for our military stuff. We actually just don't have very high training anywhere, and right now our biggest concern is that we're not making gold, like, at all. I need to figure out how we can make some more gold. Minus 23 because of royals. You know what? Maybe it is time for a little purge. Imprison. You just randomly imprison people? Wow, that's kind of crazy, to be honest. It's like, no, you're going to jail now. Why? Because we don't want to pay for you. That's pretty dirty. Yeah, we're gonna unload on these guys. And then we'll probably... Like, we're in a really bad spot here now because they are actually starting to break our line. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all see this, right? Hey, status. I don't know what we got that from, but it does have 7 strength, 2 movement, 20 HP, ignore zone of control, Kantetsudo, which is bonus versus ranged. That seems pretty good. Pretty good. It'll get bonuses versus them. I want to take a look at these Macemen. The Macemen are melee infantry. They have 20 health. They have how much strength? 7.5 strength. Okay, well, that's somewhat problematic. Okay. So yeah, 20 or 7.5 strength, but some of that is a bonus. So I think they have a base of 7, which means those Hestatus are actually really, really strong. They should be about even, so I'm gonna go with that. And then I'm gonna see if I can rush this. It'll cost 3 citizens to rush this. Wow. Cannot hurry if the city is damaged. Is the city damaged right now? It shouldn't be. Oh, it is. It is. They've actually managed to attack our city. I'm gonna move that to the front then. We're gonna repair our city, and then after we've repaired our city, we'll go ahead and make the attempt at building those out in a rush. The main reason for that is if we can rush those units out, they should be a match for the front-lining Macemen here, and then maybe we can just reinforce with archers and be okay. I do feel like this unit sitting here on defense isn't actually benefiting us very much, so I'm going to pull them down as well and get them involved in this fight. It does expose Iridium here, but we have enough orders that if we need to, we can move units back to Iridium. And the main unit I want to be damaging, I probably shouldn't even have shot at this archer at all. I should have just been shooting at the Macemen. The Macemen are a problem. The archers we can easily match. So it was a mistake not to go directly after the Macemen. Brandisium is ready to build something. Let's see, what do we build here? They already have an archer defending them. Their growth is decent, their training is decent. Their growth is actually the best thing they have. We could build more workers here, but I don't know that that's actually going to be more valuable. Now, this is also the Julius family, if I'm not mistaken. It is indeed. Let's go ahead and take a look at our bonuses from them one more time. On seat founded, family seat unlocks decree. Gain treasury 1. I don't think they got that because it's not the first seat. No, they didn't. But they get +1 orders per year, +1 civics per family opinion level. Unfortunately, our family opinion level with them is extremely low right now. Alright. Yeah, that's actually tough. But they are primarily our civics makers, so we may want to aim this city a little bit more at building civics, in which case a courthouse is a good idea. That also gets us some money. On completion, plus 60% civics, plus 6, plus 60% money, plus 3.6. That's not a bad idea. Let's do that. That's only going to take us 1 year as well. I wonder if the idea here is that we're meant to build these upgrades, like, immediately, and I'm not doing that right. That could be it, now that I think about it. Because these aren't taking very long to do. 40 civics, so that's going to take more than 1 year. Why is... Okay, so the council's taking exactly 1 year. So maybe the council is one of those things that you want to build right away. I should actually take a look and see if I can build the council in some of our other cities. That might make sense. Oh, and there's the next city thing, duh. Interesting, because it doesn't really have a cost, it just takes 1 year. So, how does that work, then? It just gives you more civics and money, and it only takes 1 year to do. And we can queue it multiple times. So is there a penalty for it, then? I mean, I'm confused. I guess it just takes time? Like, alright, I'm okay with that. Let's do 2 years of council right here and see what happens. We have a festival finishing in Capua in 3 years. What does their discontent look like right now? It's actually about to go down 1 level, which is nice. And do I have any workers free? I do. I have this guy free. So with 1 worker free, and we know that we actually want to increase our training here, I'm going to look for a way for us to do that. Requires adjacent city center, requires culture legendary. We're not going to get to that. Requires culture strong, legendary, legendary, legendary. So that's why we're not able to build wonders, is because we don't have enough culture. Obviously, I don't want to replace the garrison, so we're not going to do those. There we go. We can build a barracks or a range to increase the amount of training that we produce, but that's still a rather small increase. And I can't help but wonder if there is a more sizable increase available. Like, the Circus Maximus is 5. It does look like that's all we can really do. So I think what we'll do is we'll build a range here, since at the moment we can't actually build... Why can't we do that? We don't have Siegecraft. Okay. So I guess we won't build a range here, because we can't build a range here. I'd like to, though. This is additional civics, which isn't a terrible idea. Interesting. That does make things a little bit more tough, since the best way to increase our training is to just build something that we can't actually build yet. So, more decisions. If we go over here, we can build another mine. Do you think our mines are enhancing our training? Well, the specialists on the mine are enhancing our training a little bit. So I don't think building an additional mine here is necessarily a bad thing. Let's go for that. We could have also built a hamlet there to help with money. That would have been useful as well. Do I legit have 2 garrisons here? No, that's a stronghold. Okay, so that actually costs a little more money, but what does a stronghold unlock? It unlocks the Hestatus, that's right. Okay, so that's why we build the stronghold. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Seems good. Seems good. I probably could have waited to rush stuff until we had the stronghold here built. I think I just forgot that I did that last time. So let's go ahead and go for a farm here. Seems like a good thing to get a little extra bonus out of. Already attacked with all of our units. We have 2 left as far as orders go. And I'm actually just going to keep those so that we can kind of end our turn and get a little bit of extra gold here, because we are kind of strapped on gold. We have a ton of food. We just don't have a ton of gold. Yeah, that's right. You better retreat. Okay, they're going to pull everybody back and heal them. You've completed a Legacy Control 5 developing cities. You are now known as the Macemen. Gives me plus 20 legitimacy. Nice. King Sextus Claudius the Surveyor U is no longer ill. Awesome. Wishing to do their part in the face of Antium, eager citizens have offered to journey out into the wilderness and scavenge for food. Is Antium that hurt for food? I mean, I would say you're not needed now. We have plenty of food. What can you do, worker? Let's see. So we have a hamlet here. Wouldn't hurt us to build another hamlet to bring in a little bit more money, because money is the thing we're hurting most on now. Well, actually, wood is... It's really crazy how quickly these shift, to be honest. Like, that's actually kind of impressive. I actually like that a lot. We could build a garrison here, which isn't a bad idea, because that would allow us to assign a governor. So let's do that. Garrison here. Speaking of which, we have a governor here in Ostia now, do we not? Yes, we do. And that is why we have the caravans in queue. Okay. Memory is kicking in there. Let's jump over here for a second and see what we can do with these guys. We can basically get some damage on this retreating guy, but we're not going to kill him anyway, I don't think. I mean, he's just going to run back and retreat no matter what we do here, which is sort of unfortunate, to be honest. Okay, so we were able to take him down to half health, but we can't kill him. We can take training and use it to promote these guys, which isn't actually a bad idea, unless we can rush with training. Requires zealot. And we don't have that, so we can't rush units with training. I wish we knew all the ways that we could spend this. Used to train military units. Unused training goes into the national stockpile, which can be used to promote and upgrade units. Okay, so that's actually cool that they're telling us how we can use these things now. Enact laws and establish theologies, increase civics. I like that a lot. That's actually a really nice touch. So now that we have Zoroastrianism... How do we start one of these? We'll spread to a new city in 2 years. Upkeep is low civics. That's painful. Dualism, Enlightenment, Revelation. I wonder how we build these or pick these. Do we get one per... Like, it doesn't tell us how to actually unlock these things, so... Leads to establish with Zoroastrian disciple. Oh, okay, so that's what we need. We need disciples built at temples in order for that to work. Alright, so that would give us a master scribe. Let's go see... I know we built temples to, like, Diana and stuff like that. There we go, Shrine to Diana right here. If we were to assign somebody there, then they would become... I locked the tooltip in the wrong spot. They would become a master acolyte, which is not the same, so we need to actually build temples if we'd like to train Zoroastrianism, like, followers, I think. Yeah. Can build, can establish theology, requires holy city, state religion, or secularism. Spreads Zoroastrianism. It is... Oh, it's an actual unit! It is an actual unit. So wait, can we build that now, then? Where is that? I'm so, like... I'm excited by this, but I'm also kind of confused, because I'm like, I don't see the unit to build it. I'm pretty sure that we actually have a state religion in Zoroastrianism now. Yeah, that is our state religion. Interesting. Is it just that Roma as a city does not have Zoroastrianism yet? Could that be it? Yeah, I'm not seeing where those guys are. Interesting. Okay. Perhaps we do need to build a temple in order to access that. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I do not know. I'm assuming that it has to do with a temple. I'm assuming you build a temple and then you can make a specialist there, because the acolytes here are not the same thing, right? They're not Zoroastrianism followers. They're just acolytes of the old gods, essentially. And we've already done our attacks there. We have 15 orders left, and I think all we have left is scouts. We're not going to spend 15 orders scouting. Like, honestly, we don't even need our scouts that much anymore. I almost want to disband the unit. But we do have that training to spend, so we might as well be promoting our unit. Oh, it's because they attack, they can't promote, though. Alright, so if they attack, they can't promote. We don't need to hold on to this for any reason. So I'm going to go ahead and promote right here. Give them Brave, that's plus 10% against melee units, plus 5% in general, which is pretty good. Plus 25% from trees. I'm just going to give them this where they're stronger against melee. I think that's a really good pickup for them. I'm going to take this warrior here, and we'll go ahead and promote them as well. Plus versus ranged. Heal action is plus 2 HP. Besieger, combat 1. I'm going to go for plus against ranged. Right here, we're also going to promote. Plus versus mounted. I think plus versus mounted for them is actually really, really good, because I think that the spearmen already get a bonus against mounted because they have polearm. They block mounted. Oh, I guess they don't actually get, like, a base bonus against mounted. So we'll give them this, then, because that actually makes a lot of sense. We've got another archer up here that we can promote. Aggressor, Horsebane versus mounted, Shield Bearer versus ranged, combat plus 5%. I think I'll give them combat. I don't know how this, like... I wonder if these feed into other traits, like as you're leveling them, in which case there might be specific ones that you want to go after. Plus from trees, plus 10% focus. Plus crit chance seems really, really good to me. Okay, so we've gone around and kind of upgraded all of our units now. I think that's really all we can do with our orders other than moving scouts. I mean, we can move this guy up just to do a little exploration, but we don't have to spend all of our orders either. We could use the extra money, so I think we might just end turn here. Seems good. Seems good. Beneventium still under Carthage control. God, that's frustrating to me, guys. Like, I can't even begin to express how frustrating that is. Oh, we're about to lose that archer. We lost the archer. The combat is kind of delayed, it seems like. Diplomatic discussions. Court diplomats have been hard at work on discussions with representatives from both Persia and Egypt, but they wish to focus their efforts. Which nation should they seek to influence, Persia or Egypt? Our humility endears us to both, requires us to be humble. I don't have that, do I? I don't. Okay, so unfortunately that's not going to be an option. We already have a ton with Egypt. I wonder how we're looking with... Oh, actually, we're lower with Egypt now than we were with Persia, and that's because Egypt has a new leader. We'd have to send them civics, though, which I don't want to do, because civics are kind of valuable for us right now. I mean, right now, civics aren't that valuable for us, to be honest. Let's go with Egypt. That makes sense. Duke Servius Claudius is growing up fast and eager to learn. Don't we have a court philosopher here? Valeria, the scientist tutor. That was our philosopher. She does provide wisdom 7, which is very nice. Interesting. So I think we'll go with additional science, additional civics, additional training. I feel like additional training is actually not a bad idea, but we're almost always hurting for money. A zealot would allow them to rush stuff with training, so I think we'll actually go for philosopher here, because that makes a lot of sense. Us being able to rush stuff with training would be huge. Capua gets to elect a governor. We're going to go with Queen Consort Vespania Julia. She should be just fine. Give them some little bonuses there. And then Capua is also empty. So let's see what they really specialize in. Capua has the ability to do some reasonably quick growth units, reasonably slow on training, and their civics are pretty good. I feel like we might just do council again here. Yeah, let's do council again. I wonder what the deal with council is. I don't know if that caps out or something, or it eventually begins to cost more. Shift to repeat until canceled to insert at the front. I mean, it's just repeatable, and it's more civics and more money. I don't know how that's a bad thing, you know what I mean? So we'll go ahead and go for that. Choose production in Brundisium. Brundisium, you should build a council. Everybody should build a council if they don't have at least Council 1 right now. But I'd also think that maybe it's time to bring some people up a little further on council. Okay, so Brundisium is working on a council now. We have a worker that is free and clear right here. He could build a harbor here. Adjacent nets get plus 40% yield. That would be very useful here with the crabs that we have. So I think we'll go here and do a harbor. Seems like a good deal. So we have a little more gold coming in now because we built 2 adjacent hamlets. We could build a 3rd hamlet right here if we really wanted to. I'm not sure what bonus fresh water provides. Farm plus 20%. Ouch, that would have been a good place to put a farm then. That being said, I think that Iridium's food is probably pretty good, right? Oh, no, actually, their food is in a bad place. Let's go over here. They want to build a courthouse here, which would give us access to a scribe or a ministry. Requires culture strong, so we can't do that. Yeah, I think what we'll do here is we will move this guy over here maybe, or even here could work. Let's move him over here and build a farm. That'll provide some more food to Iridium so that they won't be struggling on food as much. And then here, we should find whatever unit was... Well, all the units that were damaged died. So that's part of the problem right there. We can rush a Hastus here. Yes, yes. Yes. Okay. Next turn, we get a Hastatus. In which case, I think the best thing for us to do here is to group very tightly around our city and just upgrade. So promote to aggressor. Plus 10% defense leads to guard 2, or we can go brave, plus 10% versus melee. I'm gonna go for plus to defense here because we know we're gonna be defending with them. No, 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 no. I don't care about those guys. Give me these guys. These guys are the ones that are in trouble right now. Guard, tough, steadfast, herbalist. Herbalist actually seems strong because if they don't kill the unit, then we can heal it a little bit faster, and I think that's probably going to be really beneficial in the long run. Garrison, plus from urban. Is this considered urban? Doesn't specifically say that it's urban. I'm gonna presume that it's urban, even though it doesn't really tell us. I'm reasonably sure that's considered urban, so I think Garrison is the best one here. Let's go with that. Up here, we actually don't have enough training to upgrade them, which is fine. Don't need to add a general to them. We'll just have them watch out for right now. Capua, same thing. We don't have enough training to upgrade them, so we'll just wait. Ostia, same thing. You can keep an eye on your city, and you guys can do so as well. Antium, feel free to do the same thing. So we have scouts left, we have 5 orders left. I think that moving this scout is actually not a bad idea here because it'll allow us to uncover more of the map we haven't seen already. That's scrub, not forests. I shouldn't have used 3 orders there, that was a mistake, but it is what it is. End the year. Okay, we're not in the best place here, but we're also not in the worst. The fact that we were able to kind of pull every... Oh, if they survive this round, they won't. Okay, well, it is what it is there, guys. It is what it is there. News has arrived abroad. King Hiram, the drill master of Carthage, is dead. A new ruler has taken the throne. Okay. Hopefully that new ruler is like a giant coward and bows out of this war, because otherwise we're going to get wrecked. We can get a free great minister. We can get land consolidation, which will give us access to the war elephant. Target retreats after combat. Huh. I kind of like that, to be honest. Let's see what Barracks does. Barracks will give us a lot of additional training. It'll also give us additional XP per year for melee units, and enables officers, which are specialists. Starting to understand how this system works a whole lot better. I do think land consolidation's better here, though, so we're going to go for that. Alright, Hestatus. This is all you, guys. All you. Tetsudo is a formation that gives plus 10% bonus versus ranged units. We can add a general, but if we do that, they won't be able to attack. I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea, though. Immune to critical hits always seems good to me. 36%? Is that a crit rate? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. She is insane, guys. I feel like taking her off of tutoring the royal family is almost worth it, but I'm going to go with Prince Consort Appy here. Put him on the front lines with his men and see what he can do. We don't actually have the ability to then promote them. Fire City with a Citadel to upgrade them. So they are here, though. They can't attack either. That's fine. So what I maybe want to look at doing here is... We're probably too far out to work these archers over. But we can hit these guys. So we're going to put a little bit of damage on both. That was probably a mistake. I should have probably focused damage right there. But I don't think that it's necessarily a bad idea. Like, the problem here is that they just have more units, and us being able to keep up with them is not realistic at all. Like, we're struggling very, very much to keep up with them. It's honestly a little bit painful at this point. We can't rush this right now because we don't have any citizens left to do it with. We would need 2 citizens. When is our next growth? 2 years. Okay, so we're a ways away from that. We won't be able to make Hestatuses anywhere else either, which is unfortunate. Antium is idle right now. They have 9 specialists, though. That's really good. They have 2 citizens left, 9 specialists, 1 project. I'm not sure what that 1 project is. Oh, Festival 1. Okay, so additional citizens here can do some stuff for us. They can give us a little more resources, but I honestly feel like maybe we're better off taking advantage of growth here. I mean, we make a militia. Actually, that's not a bad idea. They can make a militia every 3 years, like consistently. I don't know why I'm not doing this already. Let's go for that. Alright, you guys got this. You rush out your militia to help out the other cities and we'll be fine. Ostia's working on an archer. I almost feel like we could send this spearman down to reinforce. It's actually not a bad idea. I'll trade some discontent in Antium for that. We basically have to reinforce this or we're going to lose our capital, which would be... Well, I mean, it'd be a way to end the series, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and move these guys down, too. We're just going to be reinforcing our capital right now. Like, that's all we're doing. We're reinforcing the capital. We're getting as much damage as we can on the enemy units. Capua is idle right now anyway, so Capua is going to be building an archer. To replace the one that we just sent down. I don't know how many turns it'll take to get this down here. More than we have, probably, but I'm going to send it over there anyway. Brundisium is also idle right now, so I'll build another archer there. Okay. They're really, really marching on Roma here, and we're going to be kind of in the stuff right now. Like, we are very, very much in the mud of it, fighting our hearts out. Let's go ahead and end the year. I think I had a worker available there, so that might have been a mistake. But at this point, I'm more concerned about pushing everybody off here. So they are backing up now. They have that strong choke point on the mountain. I'm ill. Great. Time passes quickly. Duke Gnaeus Claudius is growing up fast and eager. How would you like to educate Duke Gnaeus? I would like you to become a tactician. Oh, you can also be a zealot as a tactician, so that works. Let's do that. Everyone in court is gossiping about your scandalous love affair with Cornelia the Bold. People talk of nothing else. Perhaps it is time we address the matter openly. Lovers are a privilege and a tradition. My queen becomes strange then, or I cannot have my reputation tarnished. Removes lover of, but she's vengeful. That's really tough, right? What does being estranged mean? Minus 120 opinion. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. I think we have to go with this one, which is really kind of unfair, but okay. Well, not unfair to us, unfair to our consort. That's just rude. Just rude, guys. There are horses available here that we wanted to work on, but we were trying to get food for Brundisium first. And right now, our food is still pretty negative here on... Oh, that's gold. Food is okay. Gold is low. Let's go ahead and reinforce food a little bit more by building a farm here, and then maybe we can build some hamlets to generate positive gold in that city. And then over here, we could continue building mines, but I would much, much rather get the technologies that we need to build a range, which won't be for a while, because that's siegecraft, that's military drill, which I actually skipped out on, which may have been a mistake in retrospect. We are working on land consolidation, though, that will let us do something with these dyes. In the meantime, I'm absolutely fine with this. We could also build a shrine, it said, so I'm looking at that potentially too. Like, why did it say Shrine of Fire would give plus 50% output? Oh, that's because there's a Shrine of Fire adjacent somewhere? No, that's a mine, that's a mine. Do we have a Shrine of Fire here somewhere? That's what I'm wondering. I don't recall building a shrine here. Shrine of Vulcan. Mines plus 50% output. Okay, that's really good. I thought that was only for stuff that was adjacent when we built it, but that's really, really good. So I think we will build another mine here. Interesting. So shrines are basically very useful for specializing a city to do what you want it to do. You have another worker available right here. I'm gonna have them come out and grab these crabs, though, because that's actually a nice resource for us to have. And this is probably going to be our last turn right here. So let me hop over to our military units. Now, it's interesting here, because I feel like we could march on these archers and kill them. Oh, wow. Look at that, guys. Yeah, we're gonna kill these archers for sure. Bye, archers. We'll put our spearmen down here to form a front line, and then we'll fortify them since we can't heal them, or we'll look for something in here that's just as equivalent. Tough makes them do more damage if they're injured. I'm not opposed to that, but I think what I want to do is just fortify here to give them a little more defense, since I can't heal them because they're just outside of our territory. I guess I could have positioned them there to also create a zone of control, but Yeah, that was probably a mistake, actually, now that I think about it. Either way, though, we did kill one of their units. And, like, we're definitely in a position where we can start to kind of push back here a little bit. Heckler gives them bonus first general. This gives them a crit chance. Crit chance seems nice. Let's do that. We don't have enough training to upgrade anybody else, which is fine. Yeah. We could add a general, though. Another immune to critical hits. Wouldn't be very useful for this. The if adjacent to other units would actually be quite useful for this, so I'm going to go ahead and do that one. We actually assign a general here. Not this turn, but next turn we can, and we have a general that will allow them to heal when they're in neutral territory. So I'm going to try to apply that general to them next turn. Seems good. Okay. We did have this other archer we were trying to bring down here to help reinforce, so we'll do that. It'll get them right there. Don't have anything to promote them with. Bounce around real quick, make sure everything is going good. Iridium needs to build something else. At this particular moment, we don't have the wood to build a spearman or an archer, which is crazy, because, yeah. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and build a Council 2 here. That's going to generate some additional civics and additional money, which should help us keep our money positive. All right. Your doctors and diviners have warned you that the end is near. Time to get your affairs in order. I wonder if that's an indicator that your like main leader is about to die. Prince Consort Appy and Princess Amelia Claudia have given birth to a daughter, Camellia. I like the name. Camellia from Amelia. I dig that. It comes to your attention that Naeus has excelled in his tactics training, winning numerous commendations from officers. Naeus is clearly taken to his studies. It is time to choose a vocation. If same unit is adjacent, plus 20%. And hurry city production with orders. That's pretty good. No extra unit consumption costs when outside borders. All units plus 10% crit, immune to critical hits. That's what we call a leader. Our newest archer unit from Ostia is comprised of experienced hunters and guides. Their expertise with a bow is unmatched, but they could use additional training. What should instructors teach? Strengthen their tracking skills. Vision plus 2. They can get ranger or they can get herbalist. I think for them, herbalist is going to be the best. The court has opened debate on the topic of cultural enrichment, and we are on 2 matters of the mind. We can invest in national epics, plus 10% culture per unit killed. Upkeep is low civics, or we can rely on exploration to bring us new experiences. Movement bonus along neutral river, scouts move on water. I mean, neither one of these is particularly great, but I think epics is probably better, so I'll go with that. We will not decide right now, actually, because I want to save my civics, because the last time we were trying to do something with civics, all of our civics were gone. So that's something worth keeping in mind. That being said, though, guys, that is going to be it for this one. We will pick this up next week. The war with Carthage continues. Honestly, I had hoped that we would, like, reach a resolution one way or the other here, but we're at kind of a stalemate with them. And I don't know, maybe next week we'll start a new playthrough. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to go ahead and give us a like or subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. Bye!